The Harvest Man. In the forgotten village of Gallowmere, nestled in a shadowed valley surrounded by black pines, there was one rule spoken in whispers and carved into every wooden doorstep. No one goes into the corn after dark. Everyone knew why, though none dared say his name. Except Liam. He was 17, a skeptic by nature, and bored by ghost stories spun by trembling elders with whiskey-stained beards. He'd grown up hearing tales about the Harvest Man, how he'd come walking between the rows, taller than the stalks, with a burlap face stitched into a grin and bones that clicked like wind chimes. They said he took something from you when he passed, your voice, your memories, your shadow. Liam didn't believe it. Not until the night of the dare. It was October 31st. The wind cut sharper than usual, and the stars seemed to retreat behind a veil of ash. His friends, half drunk on cheap cider, stood at the edge of the cornfield, egging him on. 10 minutes in the maze, said Jonah, grinning. Just walk to the scarecrow in the center, snap a pic, and come back. Easy. Liam scoffed and took the flashlight. You owe me $20. He stepped into the corn. Immediately, the rows seemed to close behind him. The air changed, thick, stale. His flashlight flickered. The deeper he walked, the quieter it got. Even the wind vanished. Just the soft rustle of stalks brushing each other, or moving aside. Then he heard it. Click, click, click. Like bones tapping in rhythm. He turned quickly. Nothing. He pressed on, heart pounding now. The scarecrow appeared ahead, slumped and crooked, with a burlap sack for a head, arms stretched wide, and crows perched calmly on its shoulders. Liam raised his phone. But the scarecrow raised its head. The crows scattered. And Liam ran. He didn't care where, just away. But the rows were wrong now. They twisted, curved, doubled back. The flashlight died. He tripped. Got up. Ran again. Click, click, click. Closer now. Then he saw them, shadows that weren't his. Standing between rows. Watching. Grinning with no mouths. He burst out of the corn, lungs on fire, stumbling back to his friends. He was laughing, trying to shake it off. But they weren't smiling. They stared at him, eyes wide. Liam, where's your shadow? He turned. There was nothing behind him. No silhouette. No shade. Just cold dirt. He screamed. The weeks that followed blurred. Liam stopped sleeping. Lights flickered around him. His reflection lagged in mirrors. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw corn. Endless corn. And in the distance, the Harvest Man walking, dragging something behind him. Something twitching, something lightless. Liam's family took him to doctors. No one knew what to say. He started drawing pictures, scratched with pen, torn into desks. Always the same figure, too tall, with straw fingers and a stitched smile. On the 13th night, he vanished. All they found was his shirt, hanging from the scarecrow in the field, and his shadow, burned into the ground like ash. After Liam, people grew quiet again. Gallowmere retreated further from the world. But not far enough. The following autumn, a girl named Elsie moved into town. Her parents had bought the old Langley place on the edge of the valley. They laughed off the stories. Elsie, curious and lonely, started asking questions. She found Liam's drawings at the town library, tucked between local history books. She asked who he was. No one answered. One night, she saw a light in the cornfield. A flashlight beam, cutting through the rows. She followed. It led her to the same scarecrow, now wearing Liam's faded hoodie. Something had scratched a name into the posts below its feet, Elsie. She ran. The next day, she told her parents. They didn't believe her. But when her mother looked in the mirror that evening, her reflection blinked 3 seconds too late. Then the dream started. She dreamed of running through the corn, always pursued, always hearing the sound. Click, click, click. One night she woke with dirt under her nails. Another, she found straw between her sheets. Halloween came again. She locked her doors, covered her windows, burned sage. It wasn't enough. At midnight, a knock came to her window. She opened her eyes and saw Liam, or what was left of him. He was all shadow now, hollow-eyed, no mouth, just black smoke rising from the seams of his skin. He didn't speak, but he pointed, and behind him stood the harvest man. She never screamed, not out loud, only her shadow remained. In Gallowmere now, the corn never withers. Even in winter, it stands tall and gold. Too tall. They say if you walk past it at night, you can hear the rustling. And if you're very unlucky, you'll hear the bones. Click, click, click. The harvest man doesn't just take shadows anymore. He grows them. He feeds them. And every year they grow taller. Waiting for someone new to follow the light into the maze.